Hello, I'm Tim Beggins, president of Elk Trading Company. In this, the midweek natural gas report, natural gas prices are up. For the spot August contract, we're currently trading at 347.60, up 6.1 cents or 1.79%. Taking a look at the daily chart with the pivots today, as you can see, we are above the daily pivot, which is at 339.20, and we're at that first resistance level, which was 349.10. We did exceed it a little bit, but we haven't been able to break through to the upside. Notice that the RSI here on the chart is showing convergence, meaning that price action has been coming down since about May 19th, but the RSI is not making new lows. So it's warning us that potentially we have a rally coming here for natural gas. So let's see what this does as we approach the July 4th holiday weekend. The exchange is closed on Friday. Let's take a look at the hourly chart, excuse me. And as you can see here, we're using the same thing. The RSI is not making new lows. And we've got the 9 and the 21-day period moving averages here looking to give us a signal. As you can see, yesterday we did have the first green bar, and that led to a test of that average here, which came in at the 9 period average, and that moved up again to the 21-day period moving average. We did not get a crossover until late last night. Then we kind of failed, and then we've started to rally one more time. Again, we're trading about 348.70, up 7.2 cents, and we're looking to see if we can get up to that pivot around 349.10. Let's see what's going on with the front to back spreads. And they're slightly in today. They're chopping around for the last few days because the back of the board was also coming down the last 2 days, potentially on profit taking as we continue to make gains in storage injections, which tomorrow may be around plus 50 BCF, the second lowest in the last 5 years, but above last year's around 34. So as you can see here, the front to back spread, this is the Jan versus the August spread, is in by 2.1 cents or down to 137.70. We've got an upside target if weather abates and we don't get any heat. We're looking at 158.90. And if we hold and then we start to fail, though, unfortunately, we're still looking at support around 120. And that same level for the Jan versus October spread, 120, with an upside target potentially at 134.30 if weather cools off. We are getting normal summer weather at this time. And as you can see here, you got it slightly above normals around Houston, across the Gulf Coast, and in the Pacific Northwest. The contract is down here in South Louisiana. That's where the Henry Hub is in Erath, Louisiana. So we do need to see the temperature difference, the anomalies around this area, especially as we started to get LNG back from late spring maintenance. Corpus Christi came back online. That was a difference of almost 0.75 BCF per day. So as you can see, that is helpful here when we get above normal temperatures. For the tropics, it's quiet, folks. We've got a disturbance sitting out near Florida, but right now there's only a 30% chance that this might develop. At this stage, doesn't look like the Atlantic hurricane season is going to do anything anytime soon. So if it does start to pop up after July 4th, we've got some very warm temperatures in the Gulf of America / Mexico in the mid 80s. And this is going to be plenty of heat that will be able to mushroom these storms into something quite serious. And we've got to keep a careful eye on any storms that develop in this particular area because they will have a great energy source. But let's look at what's inhibiting the Atlantic's hurricane season so far, and this is the Saharan air layer. This dust continues to just come across off of Africa. There's a huge swath coming right now. We've got dust in the Houston area. It is making everybody's life a little bit miserable. And we've got another wave coming through Cuba right now, all the way over to Belize. But this big swath is going to really keep things quiet for a while. And here's the heat risk from the National Weather Service. As you can see, it's in the Montana area today, but then extends over into the Dakotas tomorrow, moves back all the way into Chicago again on Friday, and then Saturday all the way Chicago to Detroit. This continues to push east making life a little bit miserable in the New England and mid Atlantic states on Monday, as it encompasses Boston to New York and parts of the desert Southwest. But then Tuesday, really, it's quite miserable along the southeast, but overall, it's okay. And let's take a look at the oil and gas E&P sector. These are stocks between $2 and $10 billion and have a high short float. As you can see, they are down a little bit today for both Comstock CRK and Northern Oil and Gas, that's NOG. And let's take a look at how they've done for the week, which hasn't been very good. Unfortunately, as prices came off for natural gas, CRK and CNX are down. CRK the worst, down almost 12%. But the oil related stocks, Apache and Murphy Oil, were doing fairly well at almost 6 or 7%. So again, recapping here, we've got a short holiday week with the July 4th coming up. The exchange is closed on Friday. We do get that storage report tomorrow. It is around a plus 50 BCF estimate. That is, again, the second lowest in the last 5 years, but above last year's very low injection in the low 30s. So as you can see, the marketplace is telling us, hey, there's been some lows here, April 24th, April 29th, and yesterday, July the 1st, we had those hammer formations on the Japanese candlesticks. And the RSI is warning that potentially we have a future rally coming, but we'll need much more heat if that's going to be the case. So please hit that like and subscribe button. Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. Thanks for listening. We'll see you soon.